Now let's talk about Adobe After Effects. Let's go ahead and open After Effects. This is going to be the panel that we're seeing first when you open After Effects. There's a lot of buttons, a lot of function, a lot of tools, but don't be intimidated by it because not a lot of these are necessary and we won't be using all of them. So in this class, I'm just going to show you how the panel works and what they are as an introduction. So later on, you know where to find the tools you need or the panels you need. After we open After Effects, this is what we see. I already reset my After Effects to the default version, so yours should look exactly like mine if you are using the 2022 Adobe After Effects, the newest version, the latest version. Right now, in the middle here, you can see there is this new composition from footage. So this is the composition panel here. If I click on it, you can see it's highlighted in blue color. Whichever panel we click on, it's gonna be highlighted around the border. So that way you can tell which panel we're on and what tools we're accessing. Right now, I'm clicking on this composition panel. This is where the live action is gonna be happening. This is where we're gonna see all our design footage, everything. This is a live preview of what we're doing. On the left hand side, you can see there is this project panel. And this is a manager of our project. You can actually organize files, import files, do anything. This is like a folder structure in here where you can just access everything, all the files for the project. And on the left hand side of this project panel, there's this another button that says Effect Controls. And this actually corresponds to, on the right hand side, this Effects and Preset panel. Once we add an effect to a layer, the actual effect is going to show up in this effect control panel. Let's say if we add drop shadow effect to a text, and over here you can actually adjusting the value of the drop shadow, like how hard the shadow is, what color the shadow is, all the details of the drop shadow you can access over here and change the values over here. On the top here, you can see there's a lot of tools over here. This is similar to all the other Adobe software like Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, where you can access all these different tools to do different tasks. And you can see right now only a couple is active. All the other ones are grayed out because I don't have any files open yet. I haven't created any new composition or new file yet. I just want to show you all these panels first in this lesson so that you know where to find stuff. And after all the tools, we can go down here where it says render queue, and let's click on the button beside the render queue. This is actually our timeline and layer panel. It says none right now because I don't have anything open. On the left hand side, these are going to be the layers where you have all the files open, and then you can have different layers in this panel here, and these are the timelines. We're going to have the 0 second all the way to whatever, maybe 1 minute. This is where the animation, the keyframe, the work is going to be happening. We're going to animate the objects within this section, the timeline, and using the layers over here. And on the right hand side, you can see a lot of stuff going on over here. If I click on this character, this is where you can change the fonts, anything to do with characters, fonts, and then there's this library, there's preview, audio, info, and we got paragraph where you can change the paragraph settings, and then there is this alignment where you can align things together, or like left align, right align, center align. We can also distribute layers. If you're familiar with other Adobe software, we have all these features in Photoshop or Illustrator. And there's this tracker. These different panels are all little function that you can use within After Effects, and you can access them by just clicking on every one of them. And you can see this one here, this is the effects and preset panel. You can search for a lot of different effects in here. Let's say drop shadow, and then you can choose this drop shadow one. And another thing is that you can actually arrange this panel however you like. Let's say if I click on this setting button here and then go to the panel group setting, and this is where our setting is right now. It's a stack panel group. If I check off the stack panel group, what I can do is that I can rearrange these panels. Let's say the audio. If I don't need the audio panel, I can just click on this setting and then close the panel. And the preview, if I don't need the preview, I can click on the setting, close the panel. But after I turned off that stack panel option, what I can do is I can change, maybe put the paragraph panel, click on this and then drag, And then you can see there's a couple places I can put it. I can put it down here at the bottom. And this way I can have the paragraph panel as well as the character panel open at the same time. And then this alignment panel, I can just drag this alignment panel, maybe put it down here. And then I can arrange the size of it, just drag it up a little bit. And now you can see if I don't need the tracker, I can close it. The content aware, I don't need it, close it. The library, I don't need it, close it. And then the info, I don't need it, close it. So right now I got 4 panels open. I got the character panel, the paragraph panel, the alignment panel, and then the effects and presets. These 4 panels are open at the same time. It's very accessible. Whatever I do, whenever I need it, I can just go here and then do anything right away. Based on what you need within your project, you can open certain panels and keep it there all the time so that you can access it very easily. You don't have to click on it, look for it. It's going to be very time consuming if it's closed all the time. So these are only the 4 panels that we have right now. If we go to the window option, you can see under the window drop down, we have the align checked, and we have the character checked, we have the effects and presets checked, and we have the paragraphs checked. And as you can tell, these are the 4 panels that we have open on the right hand side, and it also shows up in this drop down menu within the windows. If you want to turn on something else, let's say if I want to find the audio panel, I click on the audio and you can see the audio shows up over here underneath. I can also pull this down a little bit to give it more room. All these panels, I can adjust the size of it so that it's more accessible and it's helping me through my project. Let's go back to the windows and we can turn on all these different panels based on our needs for the project. And that's it about the panels. In the next class, we're going to briefly talk about the workspace. I'll see you in the next one.